If you lose the morning, you lose the day. And if you lose the day, you begin to lose your life. That is the truth no one wants to face. The first battle is not in the office, not in the gym, not on the stage. It is in your bed. It is between the comfort of blankets and the command of your will. Every morning when the alarm rings, you stand at a crossroads. One path is easy, warm, familiar. The other is hard, cold, demanding. Which one you choose is not just about the morning. It is about your life. The bed is the battlefield. The alarm is the call to arms. And the choice you make before the sun even rises will echo through every decision that follows. This is why most people lose before they even begin. They think pressing snooze is harmless, that 5 more minutes will not matter. But every time you surrender, you train yourself in weakness. Every time you rise, you train yourself in strength. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, struggled with this same battle. In his meditations, he wrote to himself, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, remind yourself, I must go to work as a human being." Even the emperor, with all his power, felt the weight of the blanket. Even he had to remind himself that life demanded more than comfort. This is what people forget. Discipline is not about crushing mountains or moving armies. Discipline begins with the smallest of victories. The discipline to rise when you would rather stay. The discipline to stand when your body begs to remain. These are not trivial choices. They are the foundation of destiny. Now think of your own mornings. How many times have you lost this battle before the day even started? How many times have you traded victory for sleep, action for delay, power for comfort? And what does it cost you? A missed opportunity, a late start, a day that felt wasted before it began. Ask yourself, when the alarm rings tomorrow, who will you be? The prisoner of your blanket or the warrior of your morning? Great wars are not won in one blow. They are won through small victories repeated again and again until the enemy collapses. Your life is the same, and the greatest war you will ever fight is with yourself. Admiral William McRaven, a Navy SEAL who commanded men in the harshest conditions, once told the world, "If you want to change your life, start by making your bed." The crowd laughed at first. How could something so small matter? But McRaven explained, making your bed each morning is your first completed task. It is a small victory that creates momentum. It tells your mind you are in command. It reminds you that details matter. And when the chaos of the day comes, you return home to a place of order. It is never about the bed. It is about who you become when you choose order over chaos, discipline over laziness, victory over surrender. That single act becomes a seed, and seeds grow. One victory in the morning grows into 10 victories throughout the day. 10 victories each day grow into a habit, and habits grow into destiny. Think of an athlete rising before dawn. She ties her shoes, steps into the cold, and runs while the world still sleeps. At first, it is hard. At first, no one notices. But day after day, mile after mile, those small victories build into unshakable strength. Years later, she stands at the starting line of the Olympics. And when she wins, the world calls her gifted. But her gift was simply this: she won her mornings when no one was watching. Your life is no different. The morning gives you a chance to claim a win before the world has even begun. Drink water, stretch your body, read a page, write a line, meditate for 5 minutes. These are not small acts. They are declarations. Each says, I am in command of myself. Each is a blade you sharpen for the battles ahead. Ask yourself, what is your first victory each morning? Is it scrolling through a phone? Or is it creating order? Is it sleeping longer? Or is it rising stronger? What story do your mornings tell about the kind of life you are building? You want to change your life, but you cannot change your years until you change your days. And you cannot change your days until you change your mornings. Win a small victory now, and watch how it multiplies. The greatest enemy of discipline does not live outside you. It lives within you, and it waits for you every morning. When the alarm rings, 3 enemies rise with it. The first is distraction. The second is delay. The third is excuses. They are small in appearance, but deadly in power. Distraction arrives with a screen, the glow of a phone, the endless scroll of news, messages, social feeds. You tell yourself, it is only a few minutes. But the few become many, and before you realize it, the morning is gone. You did not lose to the world. You lost to the pull of noise. Delay is more subtle. It whispers, 5 more minutes. It tells you there is no rush, that you can rise later, work later, live later. But delay is a thief. It steals the momentum you could have carried. And the tragedy is that you never even notice what it has taken. Excuses are the most dangerous of all. They speak with reason. They sound like logic. I slept late because I worked hard yesterday. I deserve rest. The weather is bad. The timing is wrong. And with each excuse, you surrender without realizing you have surrendered. These enemies are relentless. They do not sleep. They wait. And if you do not face them, they will own you. The Stoics understood this war. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." What he meant was simple. If distraction can own your focus, if delay can own your time, if excuses can own your choices, then you are not free. You are a slave dressed as a free man. Think of a man who wakes, checks his phone, scrolls half an hour, snoozes the alarm twice, and tells himself he will start tomorrow. His day is already lost before it began, not because he lacked opportunity, but because he surrendered the first battle. Now think of another. He wakes, he rises, he resists the phone, he keeps his word to himself. His day has already been won before the world can interfere. The difference between these two men is not talent, not intelligence, not fate. It is the choice to defeat or to be defeated by the enemies of morning. Ask yourself, which man are you? The one who loses to distraction, the one who bargains with delay, the one who surrenders to excuses, or the one who rises as a warrior, cutting through the lies, claiming victory before the world even begins? The morning is not just about avoiding defeat. It is about building strength, and strength is built through rituals. Rituals are not complicated. They are not grand. They are simple acts repeated with intention. They are the weapons of the disciplined. Consider the ritual of water. The first thing you drink each morning is not coffee, not sugar, but water. It tells your body to awaken, your mind to sharpen, your system to prepare. Small, simple, powerful. Consider the ritual of the bed. You rise and you make it, not because sheets matter, but because order matters. You are telling yourself the day begins with structure. Consider the ritual of the body. Push-ups, stretching, a run in the cold air. These are not punishments. They are reminders. If you can command your body when it resists, you can command your life when it resists. Consider the ritual of the mind. Reading 1 page, writing 1 line, meditating in silence. These rituals feed your thoughts before the noise of the world poisons them. Every great leader has rituals. Athletes train at the same time every day. Monks meditate at dawn. CEOs guard their first hour for thinking, not meetings. They know the truth. The morning is too important to leave to chance. The Stoics practiced the same. Marcus Aurelius would wake early and write. He was emperor of Rome, ruler of millions. Yet he began each day in reflection, in silence, in ritual. He knew his empire would not stand if he did not first master himself. Rituals are your anchors. When storms come, when chaos presses, when the world tries to steal your time, rituals hold you steady. Without them, you drift. With them, you are unshakable. Ask yourself, do you have rituals, or do you wander? Do you shape your morning, or does the morning shape you? Tomorrow, when you wake, What weapon will you hold? Will it be water, breath, movement, or silence? Choose one, keep it, repeat it, and watch as it shapes not just your morning but your life. Discipline is not built in explosions. It is built in momentum. The man who wins the morning carries that victory forward like a current. He speaks with more certainty. He moves with more strength. He thinks with more clarity. One small win creates a chain reaction, and that chain pulls the rest of the day toward greatness. Think of the athlete again. She runs while the streets are empty. She lifts when others are still dreaming. And because she won those mornings, when she enters the stadium, she has already won. The crowd sees medals, but she sees mornings stacked one upon another like bricks of destiny. Momentum is invisible, but unstoppable. It is the reason some rise while others remain stuck. It is the quiet force that carries you when your will grows weak. The first step may be heavy, but the second is lighter, and the third, lighter still. And soon you are moving not by effort, but by momentum. But momentum is a double-edged sword. If you lose the morning, if you surrender to distraction, delay, excuses, you create momentum in the opposite direction. And that too becomes a chain, a heavy one, dragging you into weakness, regret, failure. The Stoics understood momentum as mastery of self. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." He warned that each wasted morning is a theft from yourself, and the thief is you. So, ask yourself, what momentum are you creating? The momentum of strength or of weakness, of order or of chaos, of victories that compound or of defeats that accumulate? Every morning adds weight to one side of the scale. Which side are you feeding? The battle of the morning never ends. It comes again tomorrow, and the day after, and every day until your last breath. This is why discipline is not a single act. It is a lifelong war. Each morning, you face the same enemy: comfort, delay, excuses. Each morning you choose who you will be. And the choice is not small. It is everything. The man who rises, even when tired, becomes the man who cannot be broken. The woman who conquers her morning becomes the woman who commands her destiny. Their mornings forge their character, and their character forges their lives. Think of Marcus Aurelius, writing to himself before dawn, reminding his soul to rise. Think of McRaven, teaching soldiers to make their bed in war zones. Think of the monk who greets the sun in silence, day after day. Different lives, different eras, but the same truth. Discipline is built in the first battle of the morning. And now think of yourself. Tomorrow, the alarm will ring. Will you hesitate? Will you delay? Or will you rise? This is not about one day, this is about all days. The first battle is repeated, and through repetition it writes your story. Each victory is a line that says strength. Each defeat is a line that says weakness. And soon, the book of your life is filled. So choose. Do you want a book written in excuses, or a book written in victories? Do you want to be remembered as someone who stayed, or someone who rose? Rise when it is cold. Rise when it hurts. Rise when your body screams no. Because every morning you surrender is a morning you will never get back. Discipline is freedom. Freedom is won in battle, and the first battle is fought at dawn. You now understand the first rule of the discipline code. Win the morning and you win the day. But the war does not end here. There is another enemy, one more subtle, one more dangerous: excuses. In part 2, you will learn how to kill them before they kill your dreams.